How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It is Middleman TV, and today we got to talk about the amazing card that happened in Queens, New York over the weekend. Obviously, I was there, so I got to see it up close and personal. And let me just tell you, man, we're going to get right to the two main event fights. First is the Shakur Stevenson and Willam Zepeda fight. Now, obviously, Willam Zepeda did what we all knew he was going to do, which is apply pressure and force Shakur Stevenson to fight. And Shakur Stevenson did not disappoint. I saw flashes of the Yoshino fight. I saw flashes of the Jamel Herring fight. I saw 3-4 punch combinations, beautiful body shots, and just tagging Zepeda all night. And a lot of people are saying, oh, well, he didn't hurt Zepeda. Zepeda is one of those prototypical Mexican fighters that has a good chin, but at the end of the day, it was clean work from Shakur Stevenson on the offensive side, and I have no complaints. It was an A performance, A- performance, and he looked incredible. As for Willam Zepeda, he challenged Shakur and actually forced him to fight, landed a couple decent shots, and made it an entertaining fight for the fans, and that's all you can ask for. What a hell of a co-main event that we got. And in the main event, the most intriguing fight of the night, I knew Edgar Berlanga had a lot to prove and a lot to back up with everything that he was doing and all the antics he was doing at the press conference. It's one thing for Shakur Stevenson to talk smack at the press conference. It's a whole nother game for Edgar Berlanga to put this pressure on himself, to call himself the king of New York, to be throwing wigs and panties at Oscar De La Hoya, who was a great champion at one point in time. And you're fighting this dude Sheeraz, who's coming into your backyard. He's 6'4". I don't know what you did in sparring. I don't know if you brought some tall guys in to spar with you. But Edgar Berlanga from the opening bell looked like he didn't know what to do with this tall guy. Edgar's always used to, pretty much in every fight he's been in, he's been the bigger guy. He's fighting this guy Sheeraz, who's way taller, way bigger, and he didn't know what to do. From the opening bell, I'm thinking, Edgar's going to bring the fight to him and fight on the inside. No, he tried to box him, and that went wrong for him. And then once Sheeraz started really opening up and fighting on the inside, we learned that Sheeraz was the better outside fighter and the better inside fighter. And that was when I came to my senses and realized that Edgar Berlanga and Sheeraz aren't even on the same level. And it was just an annihilation, to say the least. Edgar Berlanga got humiliated in his hometown. He got knocked down twice, stopped. And where does Edgar Berlanga go from here? I don't know. Maybe he fights Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is also coming off a loss. This is a bad sign for Edgar Berlanga. But I had to come on here and talk about this fight because this fight changes the landscape at the 168 division. And as for Hamra Sheeraz, we're talking about a 6'4", 168 guy with lanky range, sneaky power, and can fight on the outside and the inside. His defense is a little questionable, but man, sky's the limit for this guy. Him versus Canelo is a very intriguing fight, a 50-50 fight in my opinion. I still would rather see Canelo versus Benavidez, but Sheeraz versus Canelo is a very intriguing fight. All right, that's all. I had to come on here real quick and talk and give y'all my opinion, and that is it on Middleman TV.